What happened to everybody?
They died, Superman. Thousands of years ago.
How'd you get here?
The old-fashioned way. I'm immortal. I'm the sole remaining survivor of the human race.
All the people.
Gone.
Few redemption stories are as quiet, tragic, and emotionally powerful as Vandal Savage's in Hereafter. Unlike many villains who are redeemed through a single heroic act or a change of heart brought about by another person, Savage's transformation is measured not in days or years, but in tens of thousands of years. His redemption is not born from defeat or forgiveness. It is born from absolute victory and the unbearable loneliness that follows. Because Vandal Savage answers the question, what happens when the villain wins?
I should never have done it.
Done what?
This. I destroyed the world. My newfound powers disrupted the gravitational balance of the entire solar system. This is the result.
For thousands of years, Vandal Savage defined himself by one ambition, conquering the world. As an immortal, he watched civilizations rise and fall while endlessly pursuing greater power. Kingdoms, nations, and empires were merely stepping stones toward total domination. He believed that ruling humanity would finally justify his endless existence. His immortality convinced him that time was always on his side. If one plan failed, he had centuries to create another. In Hereafter, that dream finally comes true, but only after Superman disappears from history. Without the Man of Steel to oppose him, Savage steals white dwarf star matter from Dr. Ray Palmer and constructs a gravity-based superweapon capable of defeating the Justice League. One by one, every member of the Justice League is ultimately killed. Savage stands victorious at last, but victory becomes his greatest punishment. The gravity weapon destabilizes Earth's orbit and devastates the planet, wiping out humanity.
Justice League would never have allowed that.
True. They put up quite a fight. Green Lantern was the most difficult. I killed him right here. In any case, I destroyed the entire Justice League that day.
Savage survives only because his immortality prevents him from dying. He becomes the undisputed ruler of Earth, but there is no one left to rule. After spending millennia trying to conquer humanity, he finally possesses everything, and everything is gone. But even with all of this, Savage does not immediately become remorseful. His redemption takes 30,000 years. 30 millennia of silence become a prison unlike any physical punishment could ever be. For perhaps the first time in his endless life, Savage has nothing left to conquer. No enemies oppose him. No armies fight him. No kingdoms remain to dominate. Every external goal that once defined his identity has disappeared. With no distractions left, he is forced to confront the only thing he has spent his entire life avoiding, himself. Over those unimaginable centuries, Savage slowly evolves, not physically, but morally. The ruthless conqueror gives way to a reflective old man.
But I've had 30,000 years to reconsider. It took me that long to figure out that my lust for power and control was meaningless.
Self-help books? You don't seem to type.
Got issues. What with my destroying the Earth and all.
Instead of destroying civilizations, Vandal Savage begins preserving their memory. Instead of tearing cities apart, he painstakingly restores sections of ruined metropolis through archaeology. Instead of building weapons, he builds gardens. He rediscovers agriculture, cooks his own meals, invents advanced technology, and spends his endless days reading self-help books. His mansion itself symbolizes his transformation. It is no longer a fortress from which he rules others, but a peaceful home built for a single lonely man. The comforts he surrounds himself with are not trophies of conquest, but attempts to create meaning in a world emptied by his own actions. He also constructs a spaceship. It is fully capable of leaving Earth forever. He could escape his prison, explore the stars, and begin a new existence elsewhere. He chooses not to. He fully believes he deserves his loneliness.
Like the rocket ship, I suppose.
I'd intended to leave the Earth and search the universe for other life, but I never did. I decided I deserved to be punished.
This decision to stay demonstrates the depth of his remorse. Earlier in his life, he always searched for more power and more conquests. Now, for the first time, he willingly accepts suffering because he believes it is just. His isolation has become a sentence he imposes upon himself. When Superman unexpectedly arrives 30,000 years in the future, he is simply happy to see another living person. After 30 millennia without companionship, even his greatest enemy becomes a welcome guest. Their relationship evolves into something neither could have imagined. Savage welcomes Superman into his home, cooks for him, shares his story honestly, and hides nothing about his crimes. When Superman nearly crushes his skull with a rock, Savage does not resist. He neither fights back nor pleads for mercy. Instead, he quietly accepts the attack, believing he deserves far worse. His remorse is genuine. He is no longer concerned with preserving his pride or proving his superiority.
I should smash your skull.
Go ahead. We both know it wouldn't work.
And then Superman discovers Vandal's unfinished time machine. Vandal had already considered undoing his mistakes, but his design could never send him back to a time in which he already existed. His immortality ironically traps him. He possesses both the desire to change history and the inability to do so. Superman realizes that, because he had been removed from history when Toyman's weapon sent him into the future, he can return to the point after his disappearance and stop Vandal's younger self. For the first time in 30,000 years, hope appears. Vandal throws himself into helping Superman complete the machine. Together they recover the stolen zero-point energy generator, fight the giant cockroaches that had taken it, and finally activate the portal. Their cooperation symbolizes the complete inversion of their former relationship. The villain who once sought Superman's destruction now dedicates himself entirely to helping Superman save humanity.
Savage, wake up!
What? What is it?
You've got a time machine!
This design doesn't allow me to travel back to any time where I already exist.
Yeah, but I'm already dead. On your feet, Mr. Wizard. We've got work to do. Superman!
Don't worry about me. Return to your friends. Do what you do best. What you were born to do. Save the world.
Even here, Vandal seeks no reward or recognition. When Superman asks what will happen to him if history is changed, Vandal merely suggests he may be redeemed and tells Superman not to worry about him. His concern is no longer his own survival, but humanity's future. He sends off Superman with the knowledge that he will succeed because he is Superman. And then we see what happens after Superman succeeds. Vandal Savage sits quietly beside Superman's memorial in the ruined remains of Metropolis. There is no dramatic music, no triumphant speech, no celebration. Slowly, ghost-like figures begin walking through the city. The dead world gives way to a living one. Buildings restore themselves. Humanity returns. As the timeline rewrites itself, Savage begins fading from existence. His final words are simple: "Thank you, my friend."
Thank you, my friend.
Superman ultimately becomes the one person who grants him the chance to undo the greatest mistake of his life. He does not ask to be remembered. He does not seek forgiveness. He simply expresses gratitude. It is perhaps the first genuinely selfless moment in his entire existence. What makes Vandal Savage's redemption so compelling is that it never excuses his crimes. The billions who died because of his ambition are not forgotten. The Justice League still fell because of him. Humanity still suffered because of his choices. His redemption does not erase his guilt. Instead, it demonstrates that genuine redemption requires complete acknowledgement of wrongdoing, acceptance of responsibility, and a willingness to sacrifice oneself to repair the damage whenever possible. Vandal Savage only discovers his humanity after humanity itself is gone. It takes 30,000 years of silence for the man who wanted to rule the world to understand that a world without people is meaningless.
You ready to send me back?
No, but I will anyway. You have to stop me, by any means necessary.
What happens to you?
Redemption if I'm lucky.
The conquest he spent millennia pursuing becomes the very thing that teaches him its emptiness. His punishment is not physical suffering, but endless reflection. Alone with his memories, stripped of every distraction, he is forced to see that power without others is hollow, ambition without compassion is destructive, and immortality without purpose is its own curse. Hereafter transforms one of DC's oldest villains, into one of its most tragic figures. Vandal Savage becomes a better man because time and solitude slowly strip away his arrogance until only honesty remains. His redemption is earned not through a single act of courage, but through 30,000 years of regret, reflection, and acceptance. By the time he fades into the restored timeline, he is no longer the conqueror who wanted to own the earth. He is simply an old man who has finally learned that the greatest victory is not ruling the world, but saving it even if no one will ever know he did.